a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host for the day, Alex Lima with BlackBelt Fitness and Martial Arts. Man, we have an all-star, stellar lineup for you today, per the usual, here on the Consumer Quarterback Show, where we help you to try to win in every single marketplace. We bring you self-defense experts, Second Amendment experts. This past show, we had our mortgage expert, Tom Rydberg. We had Ray Hall Appraisals. We had the wonderful Tin Man himself, Fred Muth, talking about his amazing Z28 Camaro that apparently is Canadian, eh? I didn't know that. All right. So we got Thomas King in the studio today. He's going to break down our Second Amendment need to know. He is our sage when it comes to all things firearms. And then we also have coming up later on, Logan Briggs, our roofing expert. Guy's got great energy. I love talking to Logan. But before we do, we want to highlight some of the properties as we do with the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. For those of you that don't know, Brandon and Lindsay Rhymes, they own one of the best, if not the best, I'll go ahead and say it, the best real estate team in all of Florida. Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams, also known as the Platinum Coastal Elite. One of the properties we would love to showcase for you is Pebble Creek Court. This is huge. This is 100 plus acres. Pebble Creek Court in Four Corners, Florida. It's a very interesting area out in Orlando going towards Universal Studios and SeaWorld and that. It's called Four Corners because it's like where these counties all come together and intersect. It's like this cross. So that area is blessed. It's in the Four Corners, right? Orange and Osceola County. It's 100 plus acres. It's a prime development opportunity. Excellent location for short-term rental community. Disney World, Universal Studios, SeaWorld, downtown, and more, just 10 miles away. If you put some short-term rentals up in here, I guarantee a return of investment because, I mean, Orlando is always popping. There's always traffic going through there between tourism and then just even us in Florida. We act like we're tourists. We still want to travel out to Orlando and visit all these hot spots, restaurants, and stuff. So definitely check that one out. You can see that one at platinumcoastalelite.com. Another property we'd like to showcase for you is 3704 Burger Road. This one's taking it back home here to Hillsborough County. It's out in Lutz, Florida, 3704 Burger Road. It's 10,000 square feet, 9-bedroom, 12 bath. I believe that qualifies as a mansion. So there's no CDD or HOA fees. It's an indoor pool area with a full bar and oversized deck, full-size tennis court, library, movie theater, sauna, 2 master suites, grand balcony, and more. I've said it before, the majority of my time would be in that pool and in the movie theater, and I guess I would read some books in the library as well. You definitely want to check out this beautiful 10,000 square foot home at 3704 Burger Road in Lutz, Florida, here in Hillsborough County. You can see all of the properties available from the Platinum MVP team at platinumcoastalelite.com. You can also call the hotline 727-263-3707. We can put you in contact with the agents when it comes to real estate properties and also get you in contact with our experts as well, like Thomas King. Thomas King in the house. What's up, buddy?
Hey, they still have vacant land in Orlando. I didn't even think that was possible.
Isn't that something?
I thought Mickey took it all.
I thought he took it all.
So how many square foot? Or
10,000, the mansion?
No.
Oh, the mansion was 10,000 square feet.
No,
the acres,
that land out there,
100 plus. 100 plus. Now,
That'd
obviously,
be a nice
some
range.
of that, there's like, water. Not all of it is buildable.
Yeah.
But, okay, so let's say 50 of it is still available.
I would love to have that.
Man, what would you do with all that land?
Put a nice little place out there, a little cabin. No one knows you're there. Have your own little community of your friends.
Fortress of solitude.
Bring your family, yeah.
Definitely.
Have all the dogs and cats you want.
I don't know. I'm not so much of a cat person. But there's a couple cats that I like. There's a couple cats. Now, don't quote me on that. Nicole knows about my thing with cats. I was attacked as a kid, so I got a thing.
Cats will get you.
That's it.
You will not like what I did yesterday. I brought my friend Tina. It was her birthday, so I bought her and her fiance some tickets to go to Cats and Caffeine.
Okay.
You go into this place. You drink coffee and eat snacks, and you play with like 30 cats.
Oh, my God.
And you get 1 hour.
What?
Or you could go and watch a movie with them, and you get to play with all those cats. So it's only for cat people. So if you've been attacked by cats, don't go.
I like Thundercats.
Oh. Hey, I did want to get this thing over with because people are just not listening or don't understand or getting bad information. Like I was at Walmart going in there, and this guy was open carrying, getting ready to go in the parking lot. And I said, "Are you law enforcement?" He says, "No, it's the new law coming." I go, "Hey, you can't open carry." He goes, "You're an idiot. You're lying." And I could have just walked away and said, "Yeah, you're right," and have watched this guy go to jail. But I said, "Seriously, guy, I own a range. I'm trying to be honest with you. So, and I showed him on that. He's like, "Oh, well, thanks for telling me
Yeah.
that." And you're going to go to jail.
Yeah.
So don't do it. You got to know the laws on reciprocity, crossing state lines. If you're just going to concealed carry a firearm without a license, make sure you know the laws. Because if you don't, you're going to wind up in jail. And if you don't know the laws, like I have to have a concealed weapon license because I want to carry. I don't have to have it carry with me, but if I get into any kind of trouble, misdemeanor or anything, and they take away that right from me, they will notify me, hey, you cannot no longer carry your firearm. Whereas if you don't have your license, they're going to expect you to know that law, and you're going to go to jail. So you got to know where you can and can't go to schools, how far you can go around them.
Yeah.
It's different for you. So come in, go someplace, or come into my store, learn the laws, learn about what you can and cannot do. It's $50 at most places. Some places charge more than that, depending on what you want to do. So you come in our store, it's $50. You get to shoot on the range. It comes with the ammo, the firearm, the target, range fees. So if you do all that, you're going to understand what you can and cannot do. I got my dog Panda here.
Yeah, Panda can say hi. It's all
He's
good.
just hanging out with me.
Yeah, because again, negligence and ignorance, they do not protect you from the law. You can't just say, "Oh, I didn't know that."
I didn't.
Well, doesn't matter. The law is the law, and you chose to carry this firearm, so you have to abide by the rules and things that come along with carrying a firearm.
I'm curious how many people have already gone to jail because of this new law.
You know, I was thinking that. I was kind of at first because the thing is, so obviously this is just going to be like throwing theories out there because DeSantis is the one that pushed for this, and I love a lot of things DeSantis has done. Because at first I was thinking, if this was a bigger play by our government, I would think that this was almost intentional to get more people easily arrested.
Yeah, it's not a true constitutional carry. It's
Correct.
not open carry. So the laws are a little bit different. And not everything applies to what they wanted to do or wanted to get.
Correct. So now again, this is just going to be opinions and theories being thrown out there. So my thought is, like, since this was pushed forward, I think this was intentionally done so it would be a larger hurdle if the federal government stepped in to, like, how Biden tries to push to take away our firearms, even though they claim whatever, but to affect our 2A, it makes it a little harder if you have this stop block in place of, like, hey, well, we have constitutional carry. You got to demolish. You got to break this wall first before you come over our come down on our concealed carry guys and stuff.
Right, and more laws will be broken from it. And what will happen is people that aren't used to firearms or seeing people with firearms, especially not open carrying, which people are doing that right now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
You can do that in the state of Florida if you're going to and from fishing, hunting, or camping. You're allowed to legally open carry.
Or gun show, correct? Like if you're at a gun show.
Some people at the gun show, there's certain rights for that.
Depends,
you can do if you're selling your firearm and you're flagged and all these good things. But they don't realize, the people that don't really support the Second Amendment, that people that are criminals have been enjoying constitutional carry the entire time. So it's not going to change anything. It just means that good guys will carry a firearm more often.
That's what I tell everybody. Everybody's like, "Oh, I don't know about this. The whole, like, constitutional carry. People are going to be carrying guns." I'm like, the only difference now is for you guys is that now you're aware of it. You just weren't paying attention before, like you said.
Good guys will be able to carry now.
But criminals have been doing this forever. They don't care. They don't care about the statute of limitations for how long your gun has to be before it's an SBR. Right. They buy that shotgun, cut it in half as soon as they get home.
Laws don't apply to criminals, and that's what I think politicians need to get through their head. They can do whatever they want. There you go out, steal, rob, kill. Are they going to care if they have a license to carry a firearm? No.
That's why, by definition, they were outlaws. They work outside of the law.
That's right.
Laws only affect law-abiding people, always and forever.
Yeah, I wish I was above the law like some of our politicians and people right now. But I did just see that Hunter, they're redoing his court case there. I don't know, because he did have that firearm. He was on drugs. He did lie about that. And that's the thing. If you come into our store and you make a mistake on filling out a 4473, that's the government paperwork to purchase a firearm, we have to tell you to stop right there. We can't give you the answers. We're not allowed to help you, coach you on that. We have to say you can come back and try again tomorrow. Yeah. But you cannot purchase this firearm today.
In this moment, you failed the test. And Hunter, he literally has almost checked every box that's in the no category. Don't give this guy a gun. It's crazy. It's crazy.
If you show us any kind of license that has medical marijuana on it, we have to stop transaction right there. The first question, I think it's your first or second question that they ask you, are you on any kind of illegal drugs or substances or have an addiction to? Mm-hmm. And people that say, no, I don't have addiction to this. I'm not on illegal drugs. It's perfectly legal here in the state of Florida, but federally, no, it's not.
Correct. So state level, federal level, you guys got to remember and that's why you need to come in and you need to do classes at Florida Firearms so you can be educated on this stuff. You need to know these things. You can't just think, oh, governor said on TV I can carry a gun. It's all good now. It goes beyond that. There's other, I don't want to say perks, but benefits to being a concealed carry license possessor as well.
There is.
Like your wait time for purchasing a firearm, going outside of the state. So it would break down some of those that like people just don't understand.
Right. So if you're going to buy a firearm and you continually try to buy firearms, you don't have to wait that wait period if you have a concealed weapons license. You come in, you still have to do your background check. And once they said, yep, you're not a felon, you're good to go. You take it home that day. Whereas everyone else, if you're constitutional carrying, you still have to do the wait period. And if you get pulled over by an officer, he sees or something on a firearm in your car, having a license will get you a little bit out of the trouble there. They're going to know, oh, you did go through the class, you did take the lessons, you do understand the laws. So they're probably not going to feel as afraid or intimidated by you. But having a license, yeah, good thing to have. Yeah, why not? It's a couple dollars.
Well, and like you're saying, a police officer stops you or something happens. To say, heaven forbid, you are in a situation where you have to draw down your firearm on somebody. This will show that you took the time to be educated and informed.
Absolutely. Even in court of law too, they're going to say, "Oh, you didn't." They will argue, "Yeah, constitutional carry, you don't have to," and that's true. You don't have to, but just if you don't want to take,
it looks a lot better.
It does, but if you don't want to go in and take the classes or anything go online, educate yourself, buy the book, understand the laws, just so you know, so you don't get yourself put in a predicament where you're going to be doing time in jail.
USCCA.
USCCA,
lots of great training there. I mean, there's great sources. I just say USCCA because we both work with them, but there's some great source. It's not so much like other things right now. There's a lot of faux information out there. You don't know who to go to for your sources, but places like USCCA, NRA, Florida Firearms Academy, you can get good, solid answers. You're not going to be left in the gray area wondering whether you can do this or that.
Absolutely. I'm not an attorney. I'm not going to tell you what you should do all the time, but when you take a class, we go over the laws that are legit right there in paperwork, and being a law-abiding citizen, knowing you're going to abide by these laws because you're not a criminal, you're not a gangster, you don't want to go to jail, you're going to understand these and apply these to your everyday carry.
So speaking of those amazing classes that you do, which obviously I participate in them and I love them. Let's talk a little bit about that because in the past before I found Florida Firearms, which now I hate to, I'm not going to do the math on air, but I know it's been several years now I've been coming to Florida Firearms.
Right.
I've been to other ranges and there's just no comparison. The level of education and like passion you guys have, you and your staff have with like, hey, educating people. We're going to take you all the way from like, hey, this is the end that you pull. This is the part that you pull to make it go bang. This is where the bang comes out. Someone who has no idea what's going on,
right,
to making them into a very proficient firearm handler to the point to where they can go from not knowing anything to being able to have a legitimate chance of defending themselves.
Absolutely. And that's the thing what we wanted to strive for is to have the most affordable classes that's the most educational. So we do over 40 different types of classes. Show me a gun range out there that does that. There's no one. And we take it from beginner to all the way to grandmaster. As you just saw, we had 5 grandmasters just pass their tests.
Yeah.
And those are ladies that never shot a firearm, not even that long ago. And now they draw, shoot 4 shots, center mass in under 1 second.
Yeah.
They run through room, shoot bad guys, bowling pins, still targets, balloons in the dark, and whatever. They can room clear. They're 70 years old, some of these people, and you know what? They're amazing. And they'll kick anybody's. If you have an average guy come in there shoot, even if they do competition shoot, I bet you they'll smoke you.
Yeah, definitely.
These ladies are amazing.
Yeah, he's not hyping this up. Like I'll definitely attest to this because I've partaken in the classes and I've seen the people come in from I guess I'll word it as like firearm infancy, to becoming to where like, hey, I can really shoot, bro.
Yeah.
Like you don't understand. Like I'm trained.
I just saw you're already at that level. You just haven't done that testing. Everyone there is. We want you to get very comfortable. There's not a lot of range to go, hey, we want you to shoot super fast as you can. No, we want you to, but not only as fast as you can, we want it controlled as fast as you can. And that's the thing. Everyone can basically do this as long as they take the classes and learn how to do it. And I think I've proven that to everyone that comes to our classes. I don't think there's not one person that's failed that test that's come in so far. The Grandmaster test, a couple people failed it, but they came back. We focused on what was the problem, and we fixed that problem. So now they've already passed that test. So it's really good.
Yeah, because I mean, legit, it's not a cash grab for you. Like I've literally been there. I do these things. So you're there, and like you will take the time with each person to make sure that their grip is correct, and they're getting, even though it's already affordable, getting their money's more than their money's worth, because you're really learning how to defend yourself.
Right. It's $55 for the class. I mean,
to learn how to defend yourself,
I can't make it more affordable than that. Your range fee is $20, and we don't even charge you for that. We don't charge you for the targets. We don't charge you for the eyes and ears. We don't charge you for the rental.
I know.
I mean, come on. We have made people can charge $3,000 to take this whole entire course with them. And I would say, it's absolutely worth it, and you should do it if you want to become very proficient, super badass, and be using a firearm. Then come take our classes. There's over 20 different instructors there. All of them do something different, whether it's pistol, rifle, or shotgun. If you want to start from the very beginning, even if you've shot for 20 years and you've never taken a real class, just take the class. Seriously. And then you go, wow, you know what? I actually learned a few things, and it's going to make shooting so much easier and more accurate for me and safer.
Absolutely, absolutely. Always get with an expert. Listen, there's levels to everything, be it jiu-jitsu, kickboxing, using your firearms. You can always get better. You have to put the time in. You know how they say, I'm not a fan of the repetition is the key to mastery. It's correct repetition is the key to mastery. So learn to do things the right way. So we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to come back talking about how correct repetition is the key to mastery, and more with Thomas King, Florida Firearms, tell you about those awesome classes and events that they always have going on. We'll catch you guys here real soon. Don't touch that dial. ConsumerQB.com.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
And we are back here at the Consumer Quarterback Show. I'm your host for the day, Alex BlackBelt Lima with BlackBelt Fitness and Martial Arts, filling in for your consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. And as always, we're trying to help you win in every marketplace. We were just talking with Thomas King, our Second Amendment expert, owner of Florida Firearms Academy. I guarantee you, when you go down to Florida Firearms Academy, it's an experience like no other. When you go down, as soon as you walk in the door and you see War Machine there ready to greet you, it's War Machine from the Iron Man series, you already know, okay, this place is a little different. This is more my vibe. But before we get more to Florida Firearms and the wonderful classes that they have, and we also have a special guest in the studio, I would like to highlight one of the properties from the magnificent, the Platinum MVP team at Keller Williams. Brandon and Lindsay's number one real estate team here in Florida. We have 701 Sugar Plum Street in Largo, Florida. It's a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square foot, 55 and up community. This is where you want to go when it's like, hey man, I'm tired of dealing with the kids in the neighborhood with all their loud noise. I want to party with my 55 and uppers. Right? You have a 9-hole golf course, 3 tennis courts, 2 hot tubs, 3 pools. I said it before. You can wake up in the morning, go play a couple rounds of golf, and then jump in the pool and the hot tub and just chill for the rest of the day. Got built-in china cabinet that spans an entire wall, which is not seen really anymore, but it's beautiful. It's really cool to look at. Recently remodeled kitchen, water purifier beneath the kitchen sink, so you're going to drink that good water. If you want to level up your water, I also recommend waterscience.us, our buddy Fred DeFelice here on the show. So 701 Sugar Palm Street in Largo, Florida. You can see all of our properties at platinumcoastaleelite.com. You can also call 727-263-3707, and we can get you in touch with the agents for any property, even if you want to buy or sell. And then also that number puts you in contact with our experts here on the show. You can talk to myself, Thomas King, anybody that you've ever seen on the show that you want to connect with. 727-263-3707. So back in studio here with my man Thomas King, and we're ready to melt the hearts of America when you watch this on YouTube. Check out our YouTube channel, the one and only Panda.
He's out here doing what's right today.
Yeah. For those that don't know, for our radio listeners, let's describe Panda a little bit.
He's a Blue Merle Pomeranian.
4 legs, beautiful as all get up.
He's 4 months old.
Oh, man.
He's a little puppy, so I have to bring him everywhere with you.
Yeah, we actually have I'm not even joking about this. We had him kind of contained in his little carrier thing, and he broke out like a ninja and started to nibble away at the ankles of my assistant here, Nicole, working.
I didn't know he was there.
So now we got to give him a spotlight. He wants to get some time on camera. So
hey, just a heads up though, those 55 and up communities, that's where the party begins. I hear.
Oh, no doubt.
Those people throw down in those places. A friend of mine was about 57 years old. Said, I didn't know it was going to be like this, but they go out every day. There's some kind of community thing. There's a party. There's movie night. There's all kinds of parties. So.
Thomas, it goes beyond that depending where you live. Like they hold like ragers, like if you were in Gainesville, right? Because but when I was in the fire department, one of the stations I was assigned to for a couple of years was out in Sun City, out in Sun City, that community out there. I cannot tell you, no lie, how many times 911 was called out for like a wild party that these
55 and up
communities, and like I'm not going to get too much into it, but like those they have those other resorts like Caliente where it's like clothing optional and stuff. Right. You haven't lived unless you've ran a 911 call into these places and these parties, just so you know.
Well, they all stick together, too, so you got to be a real idiot to go in and break in one of those places in there. It's all community-driven.
Hey, they know about their Second Amendment and their firearms,
That's
man,
right.
because they're not going to play. They don't got time. They're not going to sit there and try to box you.
They're not going to come out with a rake.
No. We're going to put an end to this real quick. Yeah.
They're not going to chokehold you.
Yeah, behave for sure.
Stop it while they can.
So going back to the classes and training that you have, like you said, you have all those classes. I mean, literally, if you go to Florida Firearms Academy and you look at their website or their Facebook page and you click on the link for the classes, the calendar will blow your mind. There's like literally always something going on, and then you have always these wonderful events that you're doing, giving back to the community. You just had the with Tactical Society where you had the unveiling of the Second Amendment cigars and stuff and everything.
Right, for Brian Gordon, give him a big shout out there. Brandon Rhymes came out, had a couple celebrity guests come out and speak, and Brian was so happy that we teamed up together, and he passed out cigars. We gave away a ton of firearms, free lunch, education. We had free demo day, so you can try some of his firearms. And I'll have, and if you own a firing range or you're a gun store, if you want us to sponsor your stuff, bring it on in. We don't charge you a dime. We want to get your product out there, let people know what you got. If they like your stuff, they're going to buy your stuff. If they like our stuff, they're going to buy our stuff.
So any and all that want to reach out to you and see what Florida Firearms is all about, how do they get a hold of you?
You can always go to ffatampa.com or go on our Facebook page at Florida Firearms Academy or give us a call at 813-221-FIRE.
Awesome. Thomas, always a pleasure, my man. Much love.
My pleasure.
Coming up next, we got Logan Briggs, our roofing expert. Don't touch that dial. www.consumerqb.com.
Thanks for listening to my daddy's show. Please make sure to send him all of your real estate deals and subscribe to the Consumer Quarterback Show podcast on iTunes and Spotify. Or check out our YouTube channel. Have a blessed day.